What are we doing here? We're getting rid of the old pump start relay that has failed on us. When you turned on the system, you would hear a click and nothing would happen. The relay is responsible for taking a high voltage power source and sending it to a device, in our case, like a pump. And it's taking that high voltage and sending it to the pump using low voltage to tell it to do that. In this case, the low voltage out of this Rainbird controller is going to send 24 volts out of it to engage the relay. The only issue here with those older relays is they required 110 volts to turn that relay on, and we're not putting out 110 volts from the controller. So how do we accomplish that? Well, we use an Ice Cube relay. This relay would have 110 volts or 120 volts coming to it, so that way when the 24 volts came out of that controller, came to this, it would engage this mini relay to turn on 110 volts to step up the voltage. Well, not really step it up, but it would turn on the voltage for 110. And this 110 would go to that relay over there to turn on that relay, which would then turn on the pump. Yes, that's totally convoluted. The new relay we're installing today is the PSR 52. This is a heavy duty relay compared to the PSR 22, which you would normally see me install at a homeowner's house for a 1.5 or 2 horsepower pump. And the plate says that it is a 7.5 horsepower pump. So this is rated for up to 7.5 horsepowers. We're going to go ahead and install this puppy right in its place. The awesome thing about it is that this is going to work with 24 volts without that Ice Cube relay in the middle. So it'll make things a little bit safer. I'm not a really big fan of these because in a lot of cases, like the one that you see here, nobody tapes the ends of them. If somebody reaches in there and touches any of those posts, they're going to light up their morning. I don't like doing that to people. So we're not going to be reusing an Ice Cube relay. We're going to install the appropriate pump start relay for this pump. All right, let's install the relay. Keep in mind, we were here to install the relay and not the pump. You'll see why in a minute. So I definitely advise the customer to replace that outlet because that one is trashed, but in an effort to keep everything running and to put everything back the way I found it, I reinstalled the outlet. It does work. The controller is powered up. The landscape lights will turn on so that when we leave here, everything will work the way it used to work, but they will still need to get that outlet replaced. Let's go ahead and turn on the system. And there you go. Now everything is working. Remember, I told you we weren't here to service the pump, but that noise you're hearing is the bearings inside of the pump going bad. That pump motor will need to have some new bearings installed in it, or it's just going to get worse. I will advise the customer on that, but like I said, today's video, the purpose of today's video was to install that pump start relay, and we have successfully done that. As you saw, the pump turned on, the pump turned off. That portion of our job is done. All right, after reporting that, we'll be on to the next one.